Hello, Gulfport. I am media, Ray Rodriguez. It's like November 6th or 7th. Give you a quick time and temperature check. It's about 4:20 and temperature's just about beautiful in Florida today. I'll give you a quick 360 spin around. Let you know that there's no coppers pursuing or coming at me. And there was a whole school of manatee out here earlier today. There's a green heron over there. Whole school and that nursing manatee was here. But that's not why I brought you here today. Let's see what I got here. I'm trying to look through the phone as I go. Uh, what I want to do was bring out a case for domestic terrorism. And what I have come to the conclusion is hindsight is 2020. And what I want to do is point out the terroristic activities and a pattern in practice by Robert Vincent, Chief of Police in the Gulfport Police Department. Now, all of these individual activities, which I'll explain here in a moment, are the result of me exposing criminal corruption within my community, and it ended up through my investigative reporter activities and records requests and nonstop. I was able to determine that the city of Gulfport was in fact involved in these criminal activities, all revolving in the marina. And as I investigated more, I found out more. Now, what I have here is the list. Since 2019, when I started speaking up about this criminal yacht club, I've had 14 arrests or attempted arrests. I'm going to go through each and every one of these eventually. I've had, and the three most important are, I'll go into that. Well, here's the one I like the best. United States Military Forces Coast Guard, at the direction of Gulfport PD, stormed my boat and took me away. You don't know how to edit, but it's a video out there. I have 12 trespasses from the city of Gulfport. Two of mine were the first two issued to Boca Ciega Yacht Club fuckers to stay off my property. And subsequently, I have 10 more city issued trespasses with no crimes committed in any one of these. Now, there's a civil rights violation in of itself, and I do have an arrest from a trespass, and it was completely dropped immediately. Again, this is a pattern in practice with no crimes committed in any of these. No crimes committed. I've had 25 seizures of my property, and I've listed them out by police report, by tickets, I've had property and my freedom seized. Derelict vessel is the ticket I just received, which is another attempt to seize my sailing vessel. Tickets. I've had 13 since I started speaking out. And lucky 12 and lucky 13 are the two I have court next week on. And the two arrests I have court on next week are DeBitchy, Chief Vincent's secretary, and Chief Vincent arrested me off a city council podium. That's also in there. I keep getting carried away. I'm sorry. There's 13 stalking charges, 7 to 10 of me claiming stalking by Ross Police, Boca Ciega Yacht Club, and then 3 by the chief secretary, DeBitchy, Yacht Club. Cease and desist, 17 cease and desists, 12 are mine from the original. These are the first filings I did, not knowing how to stop these fuckers from leaving me alone. And then now I have 2 cease and desist from the Yacht Club and 2 cease and desist from the city. Laughable, stupid, ridiculous. I'll also be bringing together a pattern and practice of records denial by the city clerk, Teresa Sirocco. And that's a whole other story in itself. I've had 14 city council speeches, 13 of mine, and the last one was the BCYC lease renewal, where they came up and made all kinds of slanderous remarks about me at their own lease renewal. Funny thing, FYI, Boca Ciega Yacht Club was evicted twice during their during their exposure. I hope it's still going. Restraining order. Oh, and what this is a restraining order that I'll be filing against Boca Ciega Yacht Club, and I have to do it before 12/1/23 because you have to have a 6-month incidence for the last restraining order to happen. I learned all this shit from Boca Ciega Yacht Club and Vincent, and this restraining order has to be done 6 months after this lease renewal date at the city council meeting, FYI. And then I come over to here. This one is one of my favorites. So far, I've had 44 court appearances to date since I started speaking up. They're trying to throw me in jail right now for all kinds of crazy shit. And next week, I'll have case number 45, 46, 47, and 48. I will be posting, and I'm getting records requests. And what I have is, I have probably half. These are all individual court dates that I appeared in Pinellas County. And I hope this is still going. And I have half of the audio recordings from these where I'm claiming civil rights violations and continuing problems. And I realize the courts are fucked also, excuse my French. 48 court appearance. Oh, and then now I have my civil case. Sui juris, not pro se, because if you go pro se, you're going to the British Attorney Registry Corporation. So this is my federal case number. And my attorney, Marcy Lahart, was working it for a year plus, and if something wasn't right, and I asked her to, anyway, she one of her last emails says, "You're not going to catch me lying," and quit. I quit. I find that quite telling. Anyway, so what I've done also I had a public defender, fired them stupid fuckers. What I am is sui juris pro se, and what I have today is 11 open cases that I'll be filing, and I'll be breaking those down also. And I'm going to try a novel approach. I was trying to put motions into all of these cases, motion this, motion that, stupid fuck motion this. And I'm going to make one motion for every one of my 11 open cases. And the motion is going to be, I'm a victim of domestic terrorism by Robert Vincent. And I'm going to provide this documentation to the 5 judges that I now have court in front of. I also have this Coast Guard one. I filed an appeal after listening to Direct D. I filed my Coast Guard appeal for the same day, right as he did, almost, maybe a day or two after, because this one was an arrest by United States Coast Guard for resisting. Now, I also have another arrest, my most recent one, I'm going to court for guess what? Resisting. And in both of these videos, you hear me saying, I'm not resisting, and because I've watched all the other videos. Anyway, this is a pattern and practice, which is a systematic issue by a police force to attack me, my family, my business, my livelihood. Because if I go to the trespasses, this one right here, from the Dick Master Frayne, involving the yacht club once again, this actually took away my ability to work. I had a 30-year marine business operating out of the Gulfport, with all 100% of my clients operating out of Gulfport Municipal. And with this trespass in July 11th of 2019, which I have not been able to go back to work, and I have destroyed my marine business, captain, professional teaching. Anyway, stay tuned. I'm going to be putting everyone's picture up as I explain each and every one of these interreactions. I look forward to bringing the yacht club to bear and Chief Vincent to bear. The terrorism will stop. And let me add one more thing. The reason I'm so strong and vociferous about this is because my son has been terrorized by both the yacht club, and I have documentation. He's also been subpoenaed for my civil case. He's also been fucked with by police, and I will not have my son victimized, terrorized by any blue gang organization, especially the one I've chose to raise my family in. I'll be back tomorrow.